Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today we have another Vanguard release. We have Firebrand for Mantic's Kings of War Vanguard, obviously, and he is a mercenary model. So what does he look like? Well, he is a pirate salamander, and he is a resin model, and he's got a very fancy hat there. Let's take a closer look at the model, if I can actually figure out which way this thing is supposed to open. I always have a difficult time figuring out which direction they go, but luckily we got it the first time. A Mantic point. Hooray! Stack card. Those are helpful. Nice finish, I guess. He comes with a 25mm square. Nothing fancy or exciting. A piece of foam. That's always a plus. And then we have the actual model. Alright. Let's see what he looks like. Just dawned on me. Somewhere I have some other resin models that I've got from Mantic. So, I can't really complain about the quality of Mantic's resin releases that they've done post-Kickstarter for Vanguard, especially. The detail is quite nice. I was a bit unimpressed with their earlier offerings, but I think they outsourced a lot of that, especially around the time of early Kings of War, Dungeon Saga Kickstarter. Everything I've had since then has been quite nice. So you can see he's got quite a lot of detail. Guns all over his back here, pouches, and the like. Stupid motorcycle driving as fast as he can, trying to drown me out there. And as I said earlier, that fancy, fancy hat with those feathers. So, despite his lack of clothing, which is always odd when it comes to the salamanders, you can see here he's got his pistol, another typical salamander blade. Of course, it is a cutlass this time, and then his tail as well, which does have a nice little connection point. So I'm going to get this guy all clipped off, and put together would be the more correct way to say it. And we'll see how he stacks up compared to some of my other Mantic offerings. All right, we got our Firebrand here all done, and I gotta say I am quite happy with how he turned out. His pose with the pistol looks a little silly. The angle that he's holding it, I'm not getting, but it's a pretty good looking kit. I gotta say, I'm quite pleased with yet another Mantic resin. So I know it used to always be a joke about Mantic almost getting it, but I gotta say, they really did. They hit the nail here. He does scale pretty nicely with a standard modern Mantic model human. Grabbing another human model you may recognize, just to get a good sense of scale here. He is a bit smaller than an actual lizard man, but then again, these are kind of their own things as well, and they're kind of more fire-based than nature, like GW's Seraphon kits are these days. Anyway, there is a lot of charm here, and I think he is going to paint up well. Very simple to put together, so if you're worried about having these crazy multi-part kits, you don't need to worry too much. He's not that bad. Hopefully I can do a paint job that will do him justice. So with that said, this is High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.